on?
I think so.
Welcome to AC Live from the iconic Alta Colina barn.
All right, let's do it. Welcome, everybody. I am Maggie Tillman. This is my dad, Bob.
Hello.
This is our first Facebook Live, so you'll have to bear with us a little bit as we learn how the Go Live button works. We're super excited to be doing this today. Today was the day we were supposed to have many of our members here at the barn for our spring member party, but alas, we are all home. So we are trying to bring the vineyard to you today by jumping on Facebook Live here. So the plan is we really want to keep in touch with you during this time. You know, we think of all of you as our extended family. We want to say hello. We want to, again, bring the vineyard to you as much as we can. And the plan today is we're going to spend kind of 10-15 minutes with you. We're going to taste a couple of the new releases. We plan to come back next week to taste the other 3 new wines. And we're just checking in, saying hello, sending a little love. And members, the wines we're going to taste should have been landing on your doorstep over the last week or so. If not, get in touch with me and we'll track them down, make sure you've got them in time to enjoy with us next week.
All right, well, before we jump into the wines, I hope you got a look-see at the vineyard. I was just trying to give you a panorama, but I'm not sure we actually got it going or not. But anyhow,
we're learning together.
We're sitting on top of a 1,750-foot mountain in the beautiful Coast Range of Central California. We are surrounded by Alta Colina Vineyard here. Incredible panoramas. You can see 50 miles to the north and 30 miles to the south. The vines are just on the verge of pushing. We're just poised to start this growing season, and we've had about 4 inches of rain during the month of March, which is a big deal for us here. And our cover crop is definitely showing that. It's incredibly beautiful. It's green. It's luxurious. It's unbelievably beautiful.
The dirt is happy.
Indeed. So before we go to the wines, one more thing I want to talk a little bit about is our Alta Colina team. I'm happy to report that everybody, our giant team of 8 people, everybody is well. They're healthy. Their families are healthy, and they're all fully employed. We are very happy to be able to do that. Our marketing team is working from home, endeavoring to help get these shipments delivered to you, to get the appropriate address, etc. We also have them doing a little bit of gardening work outside of the winery. And our vineyard team is busily finishing up pruning. We're able to work with great social distancing up here on top of this mountain in a very healthy environment. So all is well team-wise, and we have one special announcement I want to make today. We have a new team member. This team member joined us on the 1st of March and then very rapidly ran into a little bit of a crisis in terms of being able to come to work. Molly Lonborg has joined us as winemaker. Molly is fantastic. We've known her for years. She is truly awesome. We are just tickled to death that she's decided to join Alta Colina, and we look forward to the level of our wine getting better and better and better. I'm going to shift more of my personal focus onto the vineyard, so we should have a great complementary team situation going here, and stay tuned. 2-3 years from now, you're going to see some serious improvement in our wines.
Guys, this is very exciting. Molly's awesome. So stay tuned. We could not be more excited.
All right. Enough intros.
Let's get into the wines. We are starting with the 2019 Grenache Blanc. This, again, went in your spring shipment just now. This is not available online yet, but it will be in a couple weeks. Dad's going to chat a little bit about sort of how we make the wine, and we'll, sip it and hang out and let you know our thoughts.
So, kind of ironically, the Grenache Blanc is our most technical wine. We put more energy in the winery into this wine than any. Well, I guess our rosé is similar. We try very, very hard to essentially keep the oxygen away from this thing. So when we press the wine, we go immediately into stainless steel. We cap it with a carbon dioxide layer by dumping dry ice into the thing. We give it an extended sort of maceration on its pressing lees. Spends a couple of weeks cold on those lees before we launch the fermentation. The wine then is bottled fairly rapidly. So this wine was made in August, September of last year, and here we are in March, and the wine is ready to drink.
One of the things I love about our Grenache Blanc, one, it usually kicks off harvest. This is the first thing that we bring in. It tends to be picked on the same day as the Grenache for our dry rosé. And because we're harvesting it sooner, it means it has really great, bright, natural acidity. So this wine is perky. It puts you in a good mood. It's just instantly appealing. For me, I start to drink it and I just want to drink more of it, which in these days feels like the right thing to do, a little bit more than normal.
Yeah, the wine is fantastic. It's got this wonderful citrusy aromas to it, and it's just fresh and crisp and delicious. The Grenache and Grenache Blanc actually have a very creamy mid-palate, and this wine displays that in spades. You put it, and once you get it on your tongue, it's just rich and creamy, and it has quite a lingering effect, particularly for a white wine. So you're right, this is a delicious wine to just sit here and drink.
Yeah, and in the name of professionalism, because we're professionals, I'm just gonna have this sip and toss the rest. Otherwise it's gonna get wild. The second wine we brought today is the 2017 I told you we're pros. The 2017 Anne's Block Petite Sirah. So Dad will talk a little bit about that and I'll chime in.
So we're going back 2 years here, and I have to admit that we did a lot of research on this wine, and we finally decided that Julius Caesar had the very best protocol. It took us a while to dig that out, but in his history of the conquering of Gaul, he discusses at some length the necessity to, first of all, plant grapes.
Nerd alert! Keep going.
Thus the Rhone wines that we're busily growing and making for you. And the whole approach, it's sort of the antithesis. Here we have kind of lots of effort to try and keep the things safe, and here it's like we basically pick the grapes, throw them into an open-top fermenter, honey, and then we just kind of let them do their thing. Native yeast take care of business. We punch them down a little bit. This wine is so dark we don't even really have to fuss with the punch downs. Speaking of which,
it is properly dark. So I've fielded many phone calls and emails about this odd little gift that was included in your spring shipment. The inspiration was the Anne's Block Petite Sirah. This is big, it's dark, it's broody, it's intense. It will stain your teeth purple in a good way. But we figured if we were going to knowingly do that, we might as well throw something in to help you, recover afterwards. So, Alta Colina toothbrushes, get excited.
All right, so back to the wine. You should brush your teeth after having tasted the wine, not before.
Hot tip.
Yep. So here you have blackberry cobbler in a bottle. It's quite amazing, incredibly fruit driven. We've done nothing to enhance the wine. There's no oak or anything on the thing, so it's not. And the tannins are surprisingly soft, has great length. Basically, it's a killer wine, year in and year out. It's one of our best.
Anne's Block Petite is one, when it comes to releases, we actually put in quite a bit of thought in terms of what to send sooner rather than later, what's going to show well sooner. Anne's Block, for longtime members, is pretty consistently a spring release, and that's because it shows well all the time. It makes our job really easy. It's coming from just a tiny section of the vineyard. If Dad and I were to hop off this patio and trot down the hill, we'd lose a couple 100 feet in altitude, and at the bottom of the hill we'd be walking through a head-trained block of Petite Sirah. That is Anne's Block. And again, we can get away with releasing this wine early because yes, it's huge, but it has so much beautiful lush fruit that it tastes great today. It'll taste great if you accidentally bury it and find it in 10 years. This wine, yeah, it makes our job easy. It's just a total star.
And I'm reminded of a story on Anne's Block. Honey is here. You might have noticed Honey. Hi, Honey.
Yeah, the dog.
A couple of years ago, a mountain lion killed a deer right down by Anne's Block, and for several days, Honey would show up with a big hunk of deer, like a leg.
Guys, this was not the plan. This was not in the script.
any rate, that it led us to believe that something was going on somewhere in the vineyard. And sure enough, there was a mountain lion eating a deer for 2 or 3 days next to Ann's block. That's just sort of an aside for you.
This is an aside. It's a little bit wild. You know, the property, we farmed 31 acres. We own 130 acres, though. So the other 99 acres, for the most part, mountain lion house. It happens.
And poison oak. Don't forget that part.
And poison oak, yep.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ow.
All right, we should wrap this up.
We should. We should. So the plan is to come back next week and taste through the other 3 new wines. So again, members, if you have not received the wines, do let me know and we'll connect so I can track those down, get those wines in hand. With everything that's going on, the sooner the better. I get it. We'll be tasting the Viognier, the new GSM, and our new Toasted Slope Syrah. So stay tuned to our Instagram and Facebook for the details of that broadcast. And in the meantime, we really want to use this time to stay connected to you and bring the vineyard to you in as many ways as we can. We would love for you to let us know what you want to know about. You know, if you've wondered, why is this called Ann's Block? What's up with sap flow monitors? You know, why can't you dry farm here? What are your different pruning techniques? What's up with the trailer pond? Why is Bob such a nerd? Like, whatever. We'd love to hear from you either through email, Facebook message, you can DM us on Instagram, or something I am very excited about. We have a new social media voicemail box. And I would love for you to give us a call at 805-296-1008. This is for social media questions only. Get weird, not that weird. You know what I mean. But just throw out anything. And I'd love it if you save this in your contacts so when you're drinking the wines and you're 2/3 of a bottle in and you think of something, give us a call. I would love to know. So again, thank you guys so much. This is our first time. We're excited to do it again. And as for those of you who've been following us on social media, we have been doing a little daily dose of dance to keep spirits high throughout all of this. So we figured that that would be a nice way to end things today. So thank you guys. We'll see you soon.
Le soleil passe son bras par la fenêtre. Les chasseurs à ma porte comme les petits soldats qui veulent me prendre.